Okay, we're going to do some more experimenting with the DT technique. And with this, I want to test out tone, different kinds of tones you can produce just with your dorsum of your tongue in relation to your diaphragm. So, we're talking about the basics, the mechanics of it is really pronounce with your dorsum, sustain with your diaphragm, support and sustain with your diaphragm, and then sustain with your diaphragm and your dorsum. So the sustaining takes place in between two muscle groups. If you're going to hold a note, do, you obviously have to sustain your air, which means controlling the diaphragm. You also have to control your tone, which means controlling the tension that you placed into that tone. Do, if you let go of that tension, you let go of the note. You let go of the tone. Do, do. And anytime you want to change your tone, you have to affect your tongue. In a sense, your dorsum has to change contraction in order to then affect the tone. Tone will change. Do. Now what I want to try is do a really tight tone. Do. Do. I'm trying not to tighten my hyoglossus or my CT. I'm just letting them move naturally so they can last. So there we go, dorsum. Do, DT, okay, with a relaxed dorsum. Do, and that is a very soft pulse on the dorsum to start things off. Do, so just to recap exactly what I'm doing here, I'm breathing in, I'm pulsing. Do, resting back on the diaphragm, and then whoa, the new word starts again in the dorsum. Do, each new pitch is affected by that dorsum change. The pronunciator, I'm changing pitch with my pronunciator. Do, and sending that to the diaphragm to be supported. Oh, and the last one again. And then coming back to rest between the tongue and the diaphragm. So, all right, so that was soft pulse. Let me go again. Do. Now we're going to do a more harder pulse. Do. And again. Do. Okay, and I'm going to try tighten that pulse. See, I'm getting some tension into that tongue before I start it. Here we go. Do. That's very good. I'll try that again. Do. Do. What's funny is it still feels free in all these other areas. No, feels very free in those areas. Do. All I've done is introduce a bit more tension into my dorsum. So we're going to do a tight versus relaxed dorsum. Here we go. Do. 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 Fantastic exercise. That differentiation between a tight dorsum and a loose one. Gives you a lot of ideas of how you can change your tone. If you want to go, yeah, yeah, you want to sound a little bit more, yeah, all you've done is tightened your dorsum slightly more. But remembering to bounce it off the diaphragm afterwards is the key to getting that nice flow. Take the pressure off there. Do. Remember, this is your sustaining spot. And then it comes back up to assist the sustain back up here. DT, DT. Do. Do. When I'm doing that, I'm together, holding the diaphragm and the dorsum together. Okay. Do. Do. Really good to do those two alternations in tension. Anyway, there we go. That was pitch changing with just the dorsum and allowing the CT muscle and the hyoglossus muscle to do its job and just support you in your pitch changing without actually putting pressure on them. It's a bit like walking and then letting your legs do the work, or constantly tensioning them in an effort to brace your legs to do the work. That will tire them out a lot quicker. That's my theory anyway. So anyway, we're going to do some more singing, and we're going to do this with the DTDT technique. Here it goes. Practice, practice, practice.